Hey, my beautiful bitches, it's me, Fiona St. James, and welcome to another episode of Fiona's Coffee Talks. And as always, I like to start off every day with a fresh, hot, black cup of coffee. Hold the cream! I'd love to. And of course, I think of my favorite quote of the century by Oscar Wilde, which says, "Life is too important to be taken seriously, so lighten up, folks." So today's topic is, drumroll please, Life of a Drag Queen / Empress Part 8. My God, Part 8, I can't believe this is like the final episode of this series, which I hope you guys have enjoyed it as much as I've enjoyed doing it. So I thought the best way to end this series is talking about my actual step down, the actual coronation. So, you step up, you reign, and then it's your actual step down. So that's where the theme of the ball is based on Wacky and I, my emperor. We picked the theme. Now, usually, like, our ball has always just been called Night of a Thousand Gowns, but we wanted to not to add something to it, like, because a lot of other courts, they would do an actual theme. Our theme was just simply Night of a Thousand Gowns because it's all regal and this and that. So we decided we're going to call it Night of a Thousand Gowns, fever, and like all these flames and this and that, because, we were two hot bitches anyway. So as well. So ours was much more of like a feel for it. And, so even like our stage, which was really kind of cute how we did it, like, we had like a lucite podium, and most monarchs will have like a regal kind of chair. Girl, we had like basically a bed, not really a bed, but something that kind of looked like that. And so that we're all like, leaning back and sprawled out. So we were a lot more, we were different than what any other coronation had been, and it ended up working out great and was well attended. We literally had like 1,000 people there. So, you're doing all of these, throughout the night, all these different things, performances, people being presented to you. And then the very last thing, before the new monarchs step up, is you each have your final moment to do your step down. So my step down, when I stepped up, it was a dance thing with all these different sections. So my step down was also a dancing, and I had hired two of my female friends, and we ended up duplicating the choreography of J-Lo's Love Don't Cost a Thing that she had just done at the VMA Awards. But I started off with doing Out Here on My Own, because I really did at that moment, I kind of felt like I was on my own. And then I was wearing this beautiful gown, and then like it went from this ballad to then me suddenly ripping it off and into this, like, the first minute and a half of Nasty Girl by Vanity 6, and then the 3 minutes of that. So it was like a choreographed 5-minute dance number that was awesome. Now, I had the tape made, and then when they made the master tape, I guess I forgot, or they didn't realize that, like, when I did, when Out Here on My Own finished, I purposely left a 2-second pause so that I could catch my breath, frankly. And then when they went to actually make the tape, they didn't realize that. I didn't realize that they didn't realize that. So here I am on stage. Picture this, in front of 1,000 damn people. Out Here on My Own finishes, and I'm ready to hear Janet Jackson's "Give Me a Beat" from Nasty. And I'm standing there and I'm like, where's my fucking music? These bitches didn't realize that there was more to come. Yeah, like 5 more minutes of the actual production. So I'm standing there and I instantly realized what had happened, and I was like, oh, fuck. And I'm just kind of standing there. Now, thank God I have the gift of gab. And then, like, excuse me, Wacky even came out on the stage, and I was like, girl, and this is happening in front of everyone. And I'm like, they didn't do my whole thing. Now, thank God, Piggy, hey Piggy, he had brought my cassette tape. Thank God, because he almost didn't. So here we are scrambling. They had to fucking like get the AV people to like hook up a tape deck so that we could hear my music. So, and it took like 5-10 minutes. So I decide that I'm just going to do like a stand-up comedy routine. So like I went to the podium and I picked up the microphone. I had no idea. I can't even tell you what I said. I just know it was kind of brilliant and funny. And I was like chewing the fat with the audience and talking shit, told a few jokes, and just to kill time. And then finally we were able to do it, start from scratch. So it was a definitive like snafu. Well, that fucking totally threw me. I don't even know how I was able to like recover from that, but on the spot I did. I mean, I know how, because you have no choice. And I'm like, I'm gonna work this to my advantage and make it be fierce, which luckily I did. So then we started all over again with me doing Out Here on My Own, and then suddenly, give me a beat. And it happened. But then what was so interesting too, I'll never forget, because we had those 5 minutes completely choreographed. There was a definitive moment, like 10 seconds into it, where like, this has never happened to me, but my mind went a little blank in terms of the choreography. And then thank God, because my two girls, we were like in a triangle position. They were behind me. And then at one point, when I just sort of was like doing whatever, and I was like, oh, fuck, like, what am I doing? And then I happened from my peripheral vision, saw what they were doing, and then I got back into it. And then it ended up being great. Dramatic, but great. So, and we ended up going without a hitch, and it was wonderful. Well, shouldn't say without a hitch. There was that little bit of the snafu, but I got through it. You know, you got to sort of like go with the flow, because you never know what's going to happen when you're doing a live performance. That's the beauty of it, because then it really keeps you on your toes. And we got through it, and it was wonderful. And shout out to Droopy, who was my choreographer, and then Kim Marie and Denisha, who were my backup dancers, and Geffel, who made my outfit. So, and then it was funny too, because then like the next day at Victory Brunch, you know, I brought it up and I was like, listen. So I explained what had happened. So, but quite the way to end the evening. Like it could have been disastrous, but it wasn't. So, all right, guys, I am so happy that you guys are here with me. I hope you enjoyed this journey of mine, because it was the year of my life. So in 2 weeks, you will see like my 2023 wrap up. And I already have 3 more like segments that are going to be an 8-part series for 2024. I'm not going to tell you that now. When I do the wrap up, you'll hear at that point, because I'm still kind of ironing things out. But all right, guys, thank you so much for being here. I love you. Don't forget, thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, which I'm sure you have. And I look forward to seeing everyone soon. And have a safe and healthy holiday season. Love you.